felt the first few days have gone with the quarterbacks in terms of retention from what they learned in the spring?
Yeah, I mean, being able to go through spring ball, obviously, and then you get the summer together to work rhythm, timing, all those things, and then the workouts guys do on their own. I think there's definitely that carryover, and that work shows, but it's also different once you get out there and it's 11 on 11, and we'll find out a lot more tomorrow once we throw the pads on, so it'll be fun to see.
Yeah, with Tommy, you have a quarterback who's so uniquely gifted with the legs, and you had one before that. He might even be a better runner, more electric runner than Jordan. How do you coach that at this time of year? Because that will be a part of the offense, but do you kind of want him to shy away from scrambling and running right now and kind of concentrate on just the passing game? Or do you want him to incorporate that now, even in late July or August?
Yeah, I mean, his strengths are his strengths, you know, that dynamic playmaking ability, extend plays with his legs, still push the ball downfield. But of course, I mean, when you're more of a controlled, sterile environment, if you will, you want to focus on those root fundamentals, the footwork, the rhythm, the timing, where his eyes are, how he's working through a progression. So I think that depending on situation or period, I mean, those are definitely focuses, but at the same point in time, I mean, he's a guy that is part of his game, and you got to go let him be him too, just like we had with Jordan. I mean, there were certain things that we wanted him to improve upon in his game, and he did. He took those steps, and it was a very similar approach. It was, hey, during this period, let's focus on this, and then when we have those live bullets flying, go be you.
Aslan?
Intangible wise, Tommy's just his demeanor. What does that bring to that room? How vital is it maybe for that room to have somebody with that kind of disposition and attitude?
Right. I mean, his disposition and attitude. That's a great starting point for it. He is as dynamic of an athlete as he is. I think his personality really matches that. I've said this before. He's so comfortable in his own skin. That building relationships with people comes very natural to him. I'm sure you guys feel that from him too when he talks to you guys. It's something that I think that people are really just born with, that natural ability. And so when teammates see how he interacts with them, how genuine those interactions are, I think it's a little bit easier, I guess, for lack of a better term, to be able to fall in line and build that relationship with him too.
When you guys were, and obviously Gus was familiar with Tommy, but like when you were evaluating him and watching film before he got here, what were parts of his game where you're like, okay, we need to clean these things up, and I guess how was he done with taking those instructions?
Sure. I mean, taking a step back first, when you evaluate that film and you look at the body of work he's had throughout his college career, he's played for different coordinators, different systems and I don't know, I obviously wasn't at those places, but there could be different standards of what quarterback play needs to look like in those offenses too. I don't know what he was being asked to do in certain situations, but looking at it from I guess more of an objective standpoint, just going through progressions, consistency, and locating the football, not just what his completion percentage is, but I mean, being able to throw it away from defenders, being able to make the smart plays, and also knowing when to give up on a play. And I hate using that phrase, there's a negative connotation to that, but at the quarterback position, if you can protect the football and give your offense a chance to snap it one more time, then that's a critical part of your job. So I think just in whole, some of those things, just the consistency of, I think what we all think of as just general quarterback play, just continue to build upon that and then be a great decision maker. I mean, let's convert third downs, and you convert third downs or kick field goals. Obviously you want touchdowns, but you're going to give your offense a chance to score points.
In terms of what you're looking for from Jalen, is the goal for him to just be a sponge right now and absorb as much as possible? And what are you trying to get out of him this fall?
I want Jalen to compete every single day, regardless of what his situation is, regardless of what his role is. Just as far as the standard in our program, I mean, you hear Coach Norvell and the assistants and players, we all speak the same language in the sense of our objective every single day is to get better. And regardless if you're first or last on the depth chart, whatever that looks like, I want him to go in, I want him to compete, I want him to be a sponge. He's in a unique situation. I mean, he's played a good deal of football regardless of the level he's at. But he gets to also sit and see Tommy, and then Brock has seen playing time, and then, I mean, Kevin, for a young guy, has a really good mind for the game too. So there's some great conversation and back and forth that goes on in the quarterback room, and I think not just for Jalen, but all those guys can take a piece of each other's game or learn from each other as well, and that's something that we encourage.
Chris?
How do you go about doing reps in the sense of Tommy gets this percentage, Brock this percentage, Kevin, so on and so forth, when you guys get into more team-oriented stuff?
Right, I think it matters as much for the quarterback as it does for the guys around him. You wanna play guys, obviously, that are gonna be on the field together as much as you can. In the same hand, or in the same breath, you want those guys to go out and compete and be able to push each other, light a fire under each other every single day. So being able to balance that, and the other piece of it too is just being strategic from our standpoint as coaches, how we script the practice. Okay, this is something that we know is a great strength of Tommy. I wanna make sure that he gets this rep, so it's not fool's gold. You know what I mean? What we're seeing is confirmed on tape, it's confirmed in live action, and I'm just using Tommy as an example here, but, okay, we find a flaw in that, and then maybe he does need to work a little bit more of that, and then after we digest what has happened in practice, what has happened in game planning, that's when you insert that into the actual game day game plan. Okay, these are the strengths of our players, these are our strengths of our quarterbacks, this is how much those guys have repped it, this is how confident he is in it, and this is how confident we are in it. It's kind of a collaborative approach.
Tommy seems to connect with people very quickly in terms of personality, but on the field, how is he maybe connected in terms of building that rhythm and chemistry and sharing the playbook and, I want this ball here, I want that ball there type of thing with, say, receivers and tight ends?
I think naturally from a more experienced player, an older guy, a guy that's seen a lot of football in different types of systems, I think he naturally has the confidence to have those conversations to help build that chemistry with his teammates, regardless of what that position is. He's also, to his credit, he's not afraid to ask the question. There's a lot of older guys where it's just kind of the expectation, oh, you've played this many snaps, you should know that by now. And he's not afraid to say, hey, coach, this is a little cloudy in my mind, can we clean this up? And so I think it comes down to just one, his relationship, how natural that is with the players, with his teammates, with his coaches, but two, his experience. That helps that process a lot.
In the spring, we heard about how Kevin was approaching things and kind of sponging it up and taking it all in. How have you seen him develop, and how has he embraced his opportunities that you kind of touched on earlier in the repetition?
Yeah, we've tried to give younger guys as many reps as we can right now, just based off of the structure of practice. I've said this before, I think that experience is a great teacher. And right now he gets to do it in a practice environment, which I think is huge. And I gotta give credit to Kevin because that kid is all about football. If you ask him, every night he's gonna cook a steak at his apartment. He's got a whiteboard at the foot of his bed. He draws up installs, draws up plays that he eats, lives, sleeps it. It's who he is. So, and then just his approach I'm very impressed by it. The way he takes care of his body, the way he takes care of his mind. He's made of the right stuff. So it's been pretty fun just to see that carry over and continue to build.
Brendan, what are some things with Coach Malzahn about his offense, the way his brain operates, and things about football that you've taken away that impress you, that stand out to you?
Yeah, I think if you look at his track record, let's just start with the quarterback position, just because I'm standing here. A lot of people, I think, it immediately goes to the dual threat type guys. The Cam Newton's obviously, he's a one-on-one. That guy's a unicorn. Nick Marshall. Okay, Bo Nix had some of that ability too. But even within those three players, those are three very different players. You go back to, I think, Ryan Appling at Arkansas State, very different quarterback. This guy's Paul Smith over at Tulsa, very different quarterback. So he's had success with the quarterback regardless of what that skill set is. And so kind of going back to your question, I think it's obvious, I think, to all of us in this room. You want to play to your quarterback strengths. Okay, everybody talks about it in college football, professional football, whatever that is. That's the most important position on the field. And so I think he does a great job playing to the quarterback strengths, great job identifying strengths and weaknesses around the quarterback, and then tailoring the offense to that.
I know you're not even a path yet, and it's only been 2 days, but what has excited you about Tommy the last 2 days, starting camp? And maybe what are one or two things that you'd still like to see being improved upon as you get into putting
something that just, I mean, reflect on the last 2 days, I think that yesterday, I mean, it's the first day of camp, there's it's that nervous energy, that, I don't wanna call it anxiety, but that nervous energy, and there was times, especially later in practice, I felt like we had some highs in practice, some lows in practice, just some inconsistent moments, and so we challenged our team, just what's your response gonna be tomorrow? And I think that Tommy was at the forefront of that charge today, just bringing that energy, bringing that excitement to the offense, because all those other things that happen outside the lines directly impact what happens when you're on that field. And so that is something that, just coming off 2 days, I know that's probably not a flashy football answer you're looking for, but from the improvement standpoint, I mean, just continue to operate the offense, or operating the offense at a consistent level. Okay, I keep referring back to his playmaking ability. That stuff happens naturally. Okay, it's like in baseball, when you hit the home run, usually you're not trying to hit the home run, it just happens because you're sound fundamentally. You hit the ball on the bat on the sweet spot, and that thing goes. And I mean, I think that playing quarterback's very similar. You take the check downs, you take what they give you, you just go through your progression, your process. Those big plays naturally happen, and Tommy's one of those guys where things do break down. Everybody watch out. So
We'll go to Aslan for the last one.
I know his job is to make the right play, find the open receiver, but how valuable is it to have a go-to wide receiver, a guy like Deuce, a guy like Squirrel? Have you seen, I guess, some rapport there? How important is that to the development of everybody involved in that?
it's critical. I mean, you look at, I don't care what level it is, NFL, high school, whatever. I mean, usually really good quarterbacks, they have a guy or multiple guys. And so one, like from the schematic standpoint, just the stress that can put on a defense can open up all avenues for your game plan, whether that's in the run game, and all of a sudden they're playing 2-over-1, you're opening up matchups, whether it's in the run game or the pass game elsewhere. And that's where it comes down to the progressions, working through, trusting your eyes, taking what the defense gives you. I don't know, I think that it is definitely huge being able to have some serious weapons on the outside, but at the same time, what's the versatility of those weapons? I mean, you got Deuce, you got guys like Squirrel, some of our younger guys coming along too, and again, they all have different skill sets, and we're gonna tailor this offense to their strengths and the quarterback strengths.
Perfect, thanks, man.
Awesome, thank you.